Hello. All right. So I think that's okay. Hello. Good. Sorry, my microphone settings were off, so I've changed them slightly. So how is everybody doing this evening?
Yeah, we good.
Awesome. Thank you, Rehan, for that. Just give me a sec. Awesome. Sorry for that. So welcome everybody to today's webinar. Sorry, we are starting slightly behind schedule, but it's just by 3 minutes or so. So we are happy to have all of you here. Let's at least take some time to just familiarize ourselves with the webinar, the settings of the webinar, who the hosts are. So we are Cloudforce Sky, and if this is your first time to be with us today, we are happy to have you with us, and you are much welcome. You're most welcome to this webinar today. So what we normally do is that every other Wednesday we have webinars where we have different presenters coming to give us the skills, share their experiences with us in terms of working in the cloud. And so today we are going to have a similar experience, and we are so excited. I hope our host is with our presenter is with us. Meshack, are you on the call?
Yes.
Awesome. Karibu sana. So today we are excited to have Meshack with us. He was with us, I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks back, where he started, he gave us a brief intro into Upwork, how to optimize our profiles on Upwork. And today he'll be doing a deep dive where he'll be covering Upwork proposal writing and bidding for cloud computing jobs. So we are very, very excited and eager to learn from Meshack. I hope you guys are as eager as I am. Meshack, if you are ready, please take us through.
Thank you, Patrick. I hope you guys are doing well. And thank you, Patrick. And I hope everybody who's joined is doing fine.
Awesome.
I'm also doing well.
Thank you.
I think it was 2 weeks ago when I took you through Upwork. I'll also be taking you through Upwork. And whatever we discussed last week will be a continuation.
Yes.
But with a focus on bidding. How do you bid on Upwork? Allow me, I just created an Upwork account. For cloud computing services. Perfect. So I'll be using that to demonstrate how you should be bidding and so forth.
Yes, and Meshack, maybe before you continue, it's also important to remind anyone that is here for the first time, maybe they are listening to you for the first time, it's important to remind them that in our first session, you had taken us through optimizing the Upwork accounts. So what we will do, we will share a link to that recording so that anybody that is coming in for the first time today can follow us, can follow that link and go and see what you covered in the first time, so that they can now link it up with what you're covering today. Please continue.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Patrick. Yeah, last week we covered optimization of your profile. You are not supposed to apply for a job when you don't have a good profile. Usually clients will hire you based on the skills that they are looking for. So we discussed more about skills. It is important that you apply for jobs that you have skills, or basically that you qualify for. And remember, when it comes to freelancing, there is always no shortcut. When it comes to skills, you must have them. So it is very difficult for you to succeed as a freelancer if you don't have the skills that you purport to have in your profile. So you are supposed now to apply for jobs that you qualify for. And we have two types of jobs that you will always be encountering in online space. We have jobs that challenges you, and then we do have jobs that we call safety jobs. These jobs depends on your skills. Those that you are not so familiar with, we call them challenge jobs. So sometimes you have the basic skills, but then the job is challenging you to explore other areas that you have never tried before. So it is going to challenge you, grow you, and so forth. Then we do have jobs that you qualify to apply everything else. You have all the skills you've done, you have including the experience and so forth. Something else that we will look into is the types of, okay, we do have jobs that are scams. They are not real, or they are posted by scammers and conmen. So these jobs range from fake. How do you identify a job that is not genuine on any platform, be it Upwork or any other platform that you'll ever engage in? There are a few things that you can check. There is the issue of professional writing. So you'll get a job that has been posted with spelling mistakes. The grammar is not so good. For example, for clients who have English as their second language, and they are not so fluent in English language. But most of the time, they'll get people who let them post the jobs. Others post jobs that pays a lot of money compared to the task that you are supposed to do. So you find somebody telling you that I need somebody to launch an EC2 instance for me, and then the price for that job is about $200 per hour. Basically, they are paying you about 28,000 per hour. When you look at the kind of work that you are going to do, ni kidogo sana. That means huyo mtu hayuko aongee ukweli. That job may not be a valid job that you should apply. Some will request for your personal details. Some will request for you to pay something so that you get hired. And there's another way in which you become a victim of clients in Upwork. So a client is doing carding. I hope you understand what carding is. So a client will come to you and tell you, I have this job. My boss will pay you about, let's say, $1,000, but I am going to deposit approximately $300. Then you'll refund me $200. You'll go with your $100 and then you refund me $200. So if you become a victim to such, you'll end up getting your account closed. What else? Some of them, you apply for a job. Yes, you look at it. It is very simple. You apply and the client responds quickly. Yeah, you just posted you just sent your proposal, and immediately the client responds and gives you an interview immediately. You need to be careful with such kind of jobs, especially if it is a huge project, a project with a bigger budget. How do you now check on jobs that are genuine? So you need to check on the reviews that client has received. You need to check on the payment method, whether it is verified or not. You also need to check on how, I hope I've mentioned the characteristics of jobs that are not so genuine. You also check on that, the way it was posted and so forth. So let me take you through Upwork and then we discuss a few things together. Just a minute. So do you see my screen, Patrick?
Yeah.
Yes, we see it.
Okay, perfect. So this is assuming this is your profile. You have this section here, best matching jobs. As I said, most of the time they will always rank you or rank freelancers who have submitted a proposal based on, are they matching this job? Do they have the skills required? So basically it is the skills. Do they have the skills required for this job and so forth? So these skills are listed by the client when they are posting for a job. So they post so that you apply that job. So they specify the skills that they require from the freelancer. So usually Upwork will use those skills to rank the proposals. But as I said, somebody will post their proposal by using more connects. They will be ranked first, and then the next group will be ranked based on their skill sets, or are they matching what has been posted. So you will come and identify those jobs. There are so many ways in which you can access now jobs, but as I said, utengeneze kwanza profile. Hiyo ni kitu ya maana. Tengeneza profile, sell yourself as much as you can. Weka kila kitu that you think is going to help make you more legit on the platform. Yeah, you attract more customers. That is the first thing that you need to do. Then there are so many ways in which you can apply for, you can find jobs. The first one is this, where you always see jobs that are posted based on your profile. They give you the best match and then the most recent based again on your profile. So those are two ways. So you'll come and see this job. If you find that there's a job that you qualify and you think you need to do something on your profile, especially if you're using other platforms also, not just Upwork. And if you think you need to change something on your profile, just proceed and change that. Okay, just proceed and change that on your profile. So that as the client is going through some of these jobs, if it is a technical thing, you realize you'll not get many freelancers applying. So you end up having like 6 applicants on that job, and you know that you can do that job. So you need to go to your profile very fast after applying, especially if it is something that is promising. You can have long-term engagement with that client. You go to your profile, just go to your profile and do some editing, so that as the client is going through your proposal, they can check your profile and realize that you really do have these skills. Yeah, but as I said, make sure you qualify first. Make sure you qualify for that job, and it is something that you can do. So these are the jobs that are posted based on my profile. Cloud stack site, e-commerce, website developer, intranet developer specialist, freelance marketplace development, and simple e-commerce site. There's a job that I have been seeing here many times. People are posting that they need 50 freelancers, and the kind of job that they are posted is very easy. For example, converting a PDF file into Word document, and you will find thousands of freelancers. Let me see, PDF to Word. Scammers have been using this lately. They have been using this to scam freelancers, and you realize that connects now are very expensive. So it is always important that you take care of your connects. For example, when you look at this job here, we want to hire freelancers who can convert PDFs data into Word documents. Do you think this guy is genuine? You look at this one also. You look at this one also. You also look at this. You look at this. Yeah. How many jobs are these? Yeah, it is only one here that has been, yeah, we can see the first one here. Typing job, freelancer was experienced in MS Word and can handle a project involving the retyping of a mix of handwritten and printed documents. So up here, majority of them does not look like genuine. Does not look like genuine jobs, and they are posted by people with unverified payment. If you look for other kinds of jobs that requires seriousness, for example, data analytics, you will get something different. You'll get, for example, this client has a verified payment method. This one has a payment method verified. This one doesn't have, but you can always check whether this person is new or old on the platform. Now, so as I said, the first way ni kuja find work hapa, and then another thing, then you are bidding, you make sure ume log into your mobile device. You can use the application itself, so that if a client reaches out to you and you've not enabled email notification, you are able to get that client. So they will text you. For the application, you'll always see those the messages that comes, but you need to also enable notification. In some cases, Upwork does not send you a message telling you in your email telling you that you've been texted by a client. It was not automatic, but maybe there's some settings that they have enabled so that you get to choose what you should be receiving from them and so forth. So the first way ni kuja find work. The second way is always searching for the job here. So you can come always here. Okay, the first way. The second way, you may not type anything here. So you can come just click on this here without typing anything here, without writing any query, and then or any keyword, then you click here so that you see the list of jobs that are available. This one will display all jobs that are available. Some of them you don't have a profile for them, and some you have profile for them. So you'll now, after doing that, you can just apply a filter on this section. We have filters here running from the job category to experience level, job type, number of proposals, client information, client history, client location, client time zones, and many others. So for this case, we'll start with the category. We want jobs that falls into specific category here. So I'll find jobs related to cloud computing. Okay, in fact, one of them is AI, and then I will proceed niende kwa IT. So I'll go, I'll go to IT here. IT, and then I'll also find something related to cloud engineer or DevOps. Yeah, it is. Let me see if, yeah, I think that is it. I don't think there is any other here. Yeah, so you realize that when it comes to cloud computing, they have not included they have not specified cloud computing as one of the services that you can offer in Upwork, but I think with time they are going to list that. So after doing the filter, you can proceed and do another filter. We want to always avoid clients with unverified payments. We want to always avoid clients with unverified payments like this. But again, some of these clients are avoided by many freelancers, including me, including you. And basically, it means that there will be less competition for that job. So again, while you're trying to avoid, you can still apply for this job posted by client with unverified payment. Probably they don't have any preferred freelancer, and so it is going to be a plus for you. So how do you, before you apply for such kind of jobs, you need to check the date this client joined the platform. It will tell you whether this is a genuine person or not, so that you don't waste your connect. So for the case of this job here, I can open like this and double click there, and then and then I look at the client. So this client joined the platform on March 2nd, 2022. Usually for you to verify your account, it takes about 1 hour. When you are posting your job, it takes 1 hour before it says you have been verified on the platform, or the payment method has been verified. So for a case like this, our project involves the creation of a Docker image with integrated Selenium in an headful mode, utilizing Google Chrome as the default web browser. Yeah, the job looks so genuine, but then why does this guy not verify the payment method? It is something that takes less than an hour to do. So basically, as you're trying to risk this, because this client, of course, don't have a preferred freelancer. Remember, when a client selects a freelancer, that freelancer will work hard to make sure that they satisfy the client, so that that client will come back. Yeah. So you realize this client here might not be genuine, because you cannot take more than a year to verify the payment method. Therefore, you avoid such kind of a job. And the good thing with jobs posted with clients unverified payment methods, usually many freelancers are avoiding that job. So you have a lot of time to check on the client and whether their payment methods are verified. If they are not verified and the client joined, let's say recently, you can apply that job without any problem. But then before you start working, you make sure that the client verifies their payment method, and make sure you always have a contract before you work on any project. Don't just do projects without a contract. The client can run away. Number two, I've been a victim where I was dealing with somehow sensitive data of the client. So I did the first job very nicely, and it was an hourly rated job, and they were paying $38 per hour. So I did the first 2 hours, and then the client asked me about the security of data. Remember this, the data I'll posted. Okay, a screenshot is taken and it is posted on Upwork dashboards. So this guy says, I don't feel that because if somebody else logs into my account, let's say by mistake, or if I have an agency and I'm telling somebody to check on my account and so forth, of course, nowadays it is punishable. If Upwork detects that 2 people are logging into the account, they'll suspend your account and you need to explain why. So in such cases, so this client told me, I feel my data is not safe. So how can we do it? So I said, we can extend the time manually. So it was an hourly rated job. So after working, then we will just adjust without any screenshot. So we did that, and I worked for that job, and then I think about 17 hours, but I was paid only for 2 hours by the platform. So this guy, after tumemalizana, nika adjust time hapo, akalipa na akaitisha refund and Upwork paid 15 hours. Refunded 15 hours, and I was paid only for 2 hours. So you need to also be careful on when you are dealing with clients who wants to go away, wasifanya kazi yote. Now, so I was saying, this client also doesn't have a verified payment, but joined in August 14, 2020. Just avoid them. There is high chances that they are not genuine. Do we have any that joined maybe today? Let's look at this. AWS DevOps engineer. We're looking for an experienced AWS cloud infrastructure engineer who has a strong background in networking, security, working with server and serverless technologies on the AWS. The ideal candidate should also have experience in building CI/CD pipelines, monitoring systems, and managing Linux-based infrastructure. We look at this one. Now, this is the perfect job that you can apply, okay? Because this guy joined on July 26, yeah, July 26, which is today. So probably we can forgive this guy. Maybe at I joined to this 33 minutes ago. Maybe this guy joined the platform 33 minutes ago. So this is a perfect guy you can try, although we are not sure whether it's going to verify soon. But then before you get the working, you make sure that the client verifies their payment method. Yeah, you make sure this is verified. Yeah, so any question back up? And our happy.
Hello, Meshack.
Yes.
Okay, so a quick question. So after like maybe bidding for the job and getting the job, and my client is not verified, so am I supposed to ask him to verify, or what did you mean by the client should verify?
Yeah, you need to ask the client to verify the payment method. Some of these clients will be funny. They will tell you, just continue working as I verify the payment method. You don't need to work until the client verifies their payment method. So another thing that Upwork has done is that there is no way a client is going to hire you until they verify their payment method. Or basically, they need to deposit money before they can give you a contract. So it is a plus for you. So make sure you have a contract before you do any job. Yes.
Okay. So Meshack, okay, I'm new to Upwork, and I just done my profile like months ago, but I was not able to secure jobs.
Yes.
Maybe because I didn't have maybe like a mentor. So I heard of these sessions from DevOps community, and so that's why I'm asking some silly questions sometimes. So what is this contract, and how do you make sure you have a contract before entering the job?
Okay, so okay. Now a contract is the normal contract. Umeifanya kazi yoyote?
No, I'm a student.
Okay, Upwork wanaita contract. Other platforms will have different names. So for Upwork, a contract inamaanisha you've agreed with the client that the client is going to pay you $380, and then you are going to deliver 1, deliver 2, and 3. So those are the deliverables. So you have deliverables and you have the amount that you have agreed with the client. So usually, let me see if I have something like that. I don't know which account. I have created many accounts before. Let me do something here. Oh yeah, I have my old account here. Email. So somebody else with another question, meanwhile.
Maybe hi Meshack.
Hi, sir.
So I don't know if it's a question, but there is this thing that Upwork has introduced, bonus.
Yes. Yes.
Is it safe for you if a client says they'll pay in bonus?
Our bonus has been there. It has been there. And I think even most of the jobs that I've done in Upwork usually get bonuses. But then just get your amount for the work you are doing, because there is no difference between the bonuses and the amount that you agreed. So if you have agreed 300, Upwork will still go with 10%. If the client is going to give you a bonus of 100, Upwork will still go with 10%. In other platforms, you can agree with the client to give you as bonus. So you'll tell the client, pay me 100 as the amount for the contract, and then you give me the rest as bonus. So if the client pays 100, the bonus is 300. The platform will just cut 2% of the bonus, and then for the main contract they'll go 10%. So ukiangalia hapo utakuwa umewin. So it is always advisable, especially if it is Upwork, that you just work with the contract and then the client aone tu kwa uzuri wake akupee bonus kando.
So hiyo bonus bado inataxiwa 10%.
Bado itakatwa tu 10%.
Right.
Yeah. So I wanted to share. So okay, I wanted to share the latest. Acha nitumie ya this account contract has started. Let me use this account, sorry. So okay, so this is an example of a contract. This is an example of a contract, Luyai. So once you have agreed to the client, always this email must always come there. Okay. This email must always come to your email telling you that you've started a contract with the client. So what usually happens? Mkishaelewana na the client on the amount that is going to pay you and the work that you're going to do, mnaelewana kwa chat. So mtakuwa mna chat tu na within the platform. Don't rush to go to take the client outside. You know, when you take the client outside, you'll be able to maybe work with that client and there is no commission for Upwork and so forth. Hakuna pesa inakatwa, so unapata pesa yako full. But then there is a lot of risk that is involved. You are not assured of your payment, especially if you are dealing with work that you don't have another level in which you can secure your engagement with the client. You realize if it is work that involves writing, for example, there's a way you can force the client to pay you, because you can say, I'm going to publish my work. So basically client will feel like, no, you should not publish this work, Nini. I'm going to pay you and so forth. In some cases client anakuja tu namfanyia kazi anatoroka and so forth. There are so many cases like those. So make sure you're chatting with the client within the platform. Ukishapata the client, after agreeing on the amount and everything else, the client will send you what we call an offer. So you accept, unafinya tu accept. Or there is an option to accept and there's an option to reject. So you click on accept. Once umefinya tu accept hivi, inasema contract started. Yeah. Now, when you will be doing, okay, there was another case, and I think Upwork has corrected that, where people will submit, after doing the work, somebody will go and submit that work via chat. So unaenda kwa chat ya Upwork and then unasubmit your kazi. Unapata kwamba in such cases the client is can run away. They used to run away anyway, before Upwork were improved, but they have improved. So there is always a way you can prove that you did the work. So you will have, utaenda kwa order section. So kuna section hapa, let me see, there's an account I've been using for training, and I think sometimes back I applied for a job, and then while I was doing training, that long time. So when I was doing training, I applied for a job and I got it. So you will come to all contract. Here, you'll come to all contract here, and then you will be seeing a contract. For example, this. So I can pick on this, for example, and then I don't know whether there is still a section now. So for this one, isha malizika. So there will always be a section where unaweza kuja hapa, unakuja kwa all contracts here, you identify that contract that you're working on, and then there will be a section here that tells you submit work for payment. That is where you come to, and then una submit kazi yako. If it is hourly rated job, there is nothing like coming to submit your work. So what happens is unakuja like you just work on the project, and Upwork will be taking screenshots every. Okay, the screenshots are not timed, so that you know every 10 minutes wanapiga screenshot. Hapana. So they wanaweza piga screenshot saa hii, and then after 1 minute they take another screenshot. Then they may stay for 20 minutes, then they stay for 7 minutes, 5 minutes. So it is very random. So they take those screenshots, and then it will be proof of you working on the project. So the client will review at the end of the week. That is on Monday. At a review, and then approve the payment. Pesa tu inakuja. So escrow ishatengenezwa na Upwork side that hakuna siku sasa freelancer anaweza kuwa hired kama client ana pesa kwa account. I hope you iko sawa for Luyai, and yeah.
Yes, thank you, Meshack.
Welcome. So we were looking at these jobs, and then we have been able to see when the job was posted and so forth. So there's also other filters that you can apply, such as filtering based on the payment methods, whether they have a verified payment method or not. So it come and say payment verified. When you look at majority of these jobs, we have 36, 94. Those with payment verified at 2716. So when you click here, you will see 2716. Now after yes,
I can see a screen.
Sorry. Sorry. Can you see it now?
It's okay. Yes.
Yeah, so you come to payment verified, so that you only see jobs that have verified payment methods. Now we have 27 out of that 600. What you will do next, okay? So depending na moods yako, umekuja leo you want to deal with specific jobs, you will come here and keep refreshing. So you will always be coming here, you refresh, or you just refresh it here, so that you get the latest postings. Usually hapa unaweza isort based on newest, but by default it is based on newest. So you have newest, relevant, client spending, client rating, and so forth. Yeah, perfect. Now when we go to, we can again, instead of doing all this process, we can again go specifically for the job that we are interested in. So tutakuja hapa for this, tutakuja hapa, and then we search for AWS. Let's say you are interested today in working on a project on Lambda function. So I'll click here on Lambda, and then let's see how many jobs are there. We have 37 jobs on Lambda. So When it comes to jobs related to cloud computing, again, there are not so many. So the filters that you apply ni kidogo. So unaweza kuja to apply maybe payment method verified, and we see how many jobs are there. So we have 265. As a beginner, don't rush for jobs that pays the big jobs that have a huge budget, because they will not consider you. The client probably are looking for people with experience, solid experience. Solid experience means unaielewa kabisa and you've done maybe a number of jobs related to that, or basically you have been doing it. Okay, so but don't you can always try anyway, but tusikimbilie sana. There is low chances for you to be considered when you've not done any job on the platform. And something that is good now is that you can link your GitHub account. You can also build projects, and then you keep them in your profile. So those one can help you stand out. Now, a project like this that takes budget is $1,200. You see somebody posting a job like this, and when you look, ukisoma sana utapata maybe haina kazi mingi. Now, ukifungua for example hii, it is going to require 16 connects. Assuming your account you have 33, unaona imechukua more than half. And as I said, chances ya kupewa kazi kama hii, especially kama ni new on the platform, inakuanga chini sana. Mpaka ukuwe na more experience. And especially experience jobs that you can actually post, that the client can actually see, and so forth. So make sure you are checking on that. Yeah, and then you look at this client also. I just spent pesa mingi hapa. So ni somebody has risk a lot, and somebody who has been on this platform for a very long time, from 2016. That is close to 7 years being on the platform, but I've only spent $650. Hiyo ni pesa kidogo compared to the time huyu mtu amekuwa hapa. So this guy is very meticulous when it comes to hiring the freelancers to work on projects. These are some of the things that you can use to analyze jobs that are posted. You look at this one also. I just spent pesa mingi na umeona anaeka pesa mzuri. So 30 to 45 $45 per hour, which is the amount you can get as a cloud engineer or a cloud practitioner. Hii si mbaya, this is okay. But again, you open and look at this client has been here since 2017. There's high chances that this client also is very slow when it comes to hiring. Now there's something else here about the location. That is one. There's something else here. Here, I am willing to pay higher rates for the most experienced freelancers. You should be checking on this. Okay. Some of us think that when you apply for a job and you give low prices, for example, if the job is $45, the client is willing to pay $45, and then you go and apply that job and you want to be paid $15 per hour, and the client did not indicate here that they are looking for the lowest bidders. Unaona hapo usha lose already. They are looking for experience. So for this case, the client is looking for experience. We have been competing with Indians several times. And if you find a job that requires some good English and so forth, Indians will bid at $5. A Kenyan will bid with $30, and a Kenyan will always win. Although we have been destroying our image outside here. I don't know for how long now, and the effects that will come with it, I don't know. Nigerians wali destroy image yao mpaka hawakui trusted compared to us. Sisi ndio tumekuwa na trust, but the younger generation wamekuja I think the younger crop of freelancers wamekuja na uongo mingi and so forth. It is even affecting our work here. Now, Indians do a nice job. Indians will do a nice job with low prices. Yeah, in fact, there is a guy, Kenyan guy I met somewhere, and he's taking work with this agency, alafu anapatia Indians. So making a profit of over 300%. So anachukua kazi ya let's say $400. Okay, I found him doing a project here about $150, $1,500. It was about 150,000 Kenya shillings. So $1,500, and then Chinese wanafanya na about 30,000 hiyo kazi yote. So he's making a profit of over 100,000. Over 100,000. So Indians, not Chinese. Sorry. Now, so be checking on this also. This one, client nowadays means when they say they want people from India, they mean this thing. So as I said, connect siku hizi ni imekuwa expensive. Unaona 8 connect na kazi si pesa mingi sana. Unapeana 8 connects. Then maybe you quite tempted, you want to post your proposal. Unaongeza connects maybe ikwe 15. Unabaki na 17. Utajipata kwa siku ama kwa mwezi unatumia a lot of your connects without getting any feedback and so forth. You'll be making a lot of losses. So it is also important that you check whether the client have a preferred location. Hakuna haja wa apply sahi, no need for you to apply for a job that the client is very specific. They want somebody from India. Very specific, they want somebody from South Africa. Very specific, they want somebody from Philippines. You avoid them and apply for jobs that are open to everybody. Yeah, that is it. We have something else that is special with these clients. We have clients who like profiling freelancers. So let's look, for example, this one. They profile freelancers based on their experience. If you don't have much experience, you never get any job, or they will never hire you. It is something else that you should be checking, especially after umefanya proposal yako and so forth, ama ushaangalia hiyo kazi, you've taken time. It is important that you read the description and understand what the client is looking for. It is very important that you understand what the client is looking for. So that what I wanted to say is these clients who profile people. A client like this one also, you look at the rates 10 to 50, it is not bad for a freelancer, upcoming freelancer. But when you look at the average hourly rate that is paid by this client, it is about 5.7. Now there's a challenge here when you apply for this job and then you're trying to raise, umeweka 10 to 50, ukiweka 50 huko uta struggle kupata hii kazi. So you should be somewhere katikati. After knowing the strength of the client, kisha jua huyu client awezani kulipa hii pesa 50 and wewe unataka 50. Unaona hiyo kazi minimum you should be paid is 50. Again, there is no need of applying for that job. Okay, I wanted to say clients who provide people. Let's look at the jobs in progress here. And then we look at the freelancers hired by this client lately. So I can open this and then we look at this. This freelancer was hired on July 2023 and the client is still doing, the freelancer is still doing the job. So I can open the profile of this freelancer. I also look at this freelancer was hired in June 2023. I can check on the profile of Julio. Another one is, I think this is the same, okay? And then there's another one here who was hired in January 2023. But when you look at the freelancer probably have their profile hidden or suspended. That is why it is not active here. The profile is not available currently. Deal also is somebody who have the profile also not active. We can look at Kevin, but then Kevin alifanya kazi December. Na alifanya kazi for 1,000, alikuwa hired in December na bado anafanya kazi 1,240 hours na amelipwa 4.75, ashan about 500,000. So I can open Kelvin and then we look at Kelvin tujue wakati alikuwa hired alikuwa beginner ama alikuwa na a lot of experience. So nitakuja hapa tuangalie. Huyu alikuwa hired in July. When you look at this freelancer, do we say is a beginner ama ako na experience? Asha earn about for 400k. Yeah. $4K, so 400,000 Kenya shillings around there. So do we say is this an experienced person? So the first job yake probably ni hii hapa. Alifanya in May, so tuashume amefungua account maybe April. Akafanya kazi ya kwanza April to May ya $100, akarudi April 17, 2023 pata kazi ingine. This is somebody who opened the account this year, if we can say so. Huyu mtu labda amefungua account this year ama amepata kazi yake ya kwanza this year. Usually hapo akinatakanga upate kazi ya kwanza mambo inakuwa rahisi. But nowadays they can verify your account even if you've not earned anything. So that is something else that have come up. So when you apply for a job and then client sees your profile and so forth, and unastukia unaitwa verify your profile. Yeah. So we have seen and realized that this is somebody mwenye alikuwa ashafanya kazi before apewe kazi na huyu client. Another one ni Julio, anatoka Lisbon, Portugal. Huyu ni top rated. Yeah. Although amekuwa hired na huyu client, acha tuone. Julio alikuwa hired na huyu client in June 2023. Probably alimuaya akiwa already na good profile. Now let's look at Kelvin. Kelvin was hired in December 2022. So tukiwa hapa December 2022, Kelvin ali 2022. Okay, that was the first job afanye. Probably ni beginner kabisa, alikuwa beginner. That was the first job afanye in 2022 December. Na akapewa kazi long term, bado anafanya hiyo kazi. Yeah, naona bado anafanya hiyo kazi. Na amelipwa pesa mzuri hapa, good money here. So we can say this client does not discriminate much. If you can demonstrate the skills that you know what you are doing, he will hire you. Especially now, for example, this guy is doing job related to SEO. Okay, SEO, which is something that requires you to be really competent. Hakuna client anaweza risk pesa mfanye kazi ya SEO if you cannot demonstrate that. But again, the client was very specific, needed somebody from Philippines, and that is why walipatia huyu. This guy probably anatoka Philippines. You look even at the profile, unaona kuna two profiles only, one for general and one specialized profile on database and so forth. So you should be checking on this. Now, after identifying a job that you can do, as I said the other time, you need to check on what did I say? you need to check on I've just forgotten what I want, how I wanted to put it. Let me just stop there. So after applying, okay, after identifying a job that you want to bid for, you need to check on the what we call screening questions. That is the first thing that the client will always see. The client will not see your proposal until they are finished checking on your screening questions. So usually they start with the screening questions. So if I have about 3 screening questions, or if the job have 3 screening questions, I'll start with the screening questions. And then you need to give your best when answering the screening questions. Most of these jobs nowadays wanaongeza screening questions. So let's say, for example, I open this, and then let's see if we have any screening question exactly. So a job like this, when I click on, sorry, wanasema nini? I didn't see that update, sorry. So when I click on apply, you will realize that iko na many screening questions. Yeah, tuko na cover letter, include a link to your GitHub profile or a website. What frameworks have you worked with? I think they were looking for a website developer here. So you need to specify the framework and so forth. Then the next thing that they are asking for is please list any certification related to this project and then describe your recent experience with similar projects. So this is the first section that the client will see. Ni hizi maswali kwanza. Then akuja asome your cover letter. I hope you are noting that. Some of these even will not read the cover letter. They just want you to answer this screening questions, and then the cover letter hawataiona. Okay, yeah. So I wanted to explain only that, and then unless there is any question. So after checking on that, that is when now you will apply, writing your proposal here. So let's talk about proposal writing. What do we need? So I'll just explain the components, important components of the proposals when you are writing the proposal. The first component, so I want to nijikumbushe, acha niandike hapa chini. The first component is to attract the client. To attract the client when you're doing your cover letter. We are talking about the cover letter. How do you attract the client? There are so many ways. One is to get in touch with the situation, or to how do I say? You have to get in touch with the client to know if the client, for example, is coming from a country that is facing a challenge. Yeah, you remember there were wildfires in Australia sometimes back, where several kangaroos were dying. You need to get in touch with that client so that you don't look like a bot or an AI machine somewhere that is writing proposals. So you will connect to the client. Hello, how is Australia? I hope the fire imeenda chini. And then you proceed now and apply for the job, and you say you are interested in helping the client get a solution to the problem that they have. So you get in touch with the client. That is the first way. Another way is to check on the name of the client, which I demonstrated last week, but I can still demonstrate. You can get the name of the client by opening on that job, quickly rush to the comment section or the reviews, and then you look at the name of the client. So for example, the latest job here for this client, or the latest review, was in July. So probably we still have the client in the organization. Some of these jobs are posted by organizations, and the clients' names usually change. So this project was our third project with Parfel. So this is the name of the client. This is the name of the client. Yeah, and you see, so that is the first review given by the freelancer. And then when we come here, another name is another review, ameandika tena jina yake hapo. So that is how you get the name. So you can start writing the proposal by mentioning the name of the client. Then another way is asking questions. Asking questions the client. You need to show that the client you read this thing. So go straight to the question. I have seen your job post, but I have a question here. Or just go straight and don't even introduce yourself and say, how many EC2 instances do you intend to launch? Yeah. And then the next question, you see, there's so many ways in which you can write your cover letter. It is not always a must that it become in prose form. So how many EC2 instances are you going to launch? Which operating system do you prefer to use, or is your team familiar with? Again, what is what role is your EC2 instance going to do in your environment or in your infrastructure and so forth. Then hapo chini sasa ndio unaandika 2 sentences ukiexplain kwamba nitakusaidia ufanye hii kazi by doing this and this, providing solutions instantly. If it is a client who is very much frustrated, you can try as much as you can to try to feed into the frustration of the client, being that solution of the client. So maybe you can talk about you have been in the same situation before and you managed to come out victorious as your pickup line. You managed to come out victorious by doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then you can tell the client, I think we can liaise together. I will be able to get you out of this problem and you never regret again trying my services. Then you proceed and send your proposal and so forth. So try maybe asking questions, identifying the client with the name. By the way, when it comes to bidding, you need to be mentally prepared. Don't just go and bid. Yeah, realize people will just want to bid because wanataka kupata pesa, wamekuwa wakisota mahali. You need to be intentional. Don't just wake up and go and bid without intention. Eti umake pesa tu and so forth. Hapana, you need to be very intentional so that you don't get here unaangalia hii kazi inalipa $50. Optimize 100 keywords for a cloud stacked website. Yeah, so you will be seeing at $50 before even you apply for this job. You are calculating somewhere kwa notebook yako how this $50 is going to be spent, or you are doing something in your project and you don't have $100, umekosa to maybe 10,000. Then unakuja hapa, you are not mentally prepared, by the way, in such cases. So you want to get 10,000 from Upwork. Okay, so unakuja hapa unaangalia kazi iko na 50,000, una apply ukifanyia hesabu au 10,000 itaenda kwa hii and so forth. That means you're not mentally prepared. Another case is when you read a project like this and then after umesoma some few keywords inakustrike kwa kichwa, then you remember you had something that you have not completed in the house, ama ulikuwa na stress yako, unaanza kurudia kwa stress yako, you will not be able to succeed. You need to be very intentional. You can set it as a routine. You apply, maybe useme every week on Wednesday and Friday. Whether you are in good shape in terms of finances or in bad shape, you will always appear to do that work. You will always appear to bid. Okay, so you need to be mentally prepared. Usiingie to apply cards when you are not mentally prepared. Yeah, that is about the cover letters. Focus on providing solutions and asking questions that are very relevant to the client. And then close by even thanking the client for reading your proposal. There is no problem in saying, thank you for going through my proposal, because if they don't read your proposal, of course, they will not see you written thank you. Again, don't introduce things to do with religious fundamentals. For example, unaanza kuongea maneno ya God bless you and so forth. There are so many things that relates to religion hapo. Hapana lete hiyo maneno kwa wakati unatafuta kazi hapa. Yeah, even if you are a Christian, you're a Muslim, you have your own religion, you have your African culture, unless una apply kazi related to religion. Usiailete maneno ya religion hapo, najaribu kuweka katikati hapo, how God is going to bless the client. The clients will get pissed off, or you are now discriminating the client. How do you know that this client is a Christian? Unless wamesema hapo, how do you know that this client is a Muslim? So unaanza kumsalimia kwa culture ya Muslim and so forth, and it is going to go against you. It is going to go to work against you. Another thing is to avoid as much as you can talking about politics. So as I said, you are trying to get in touch with the client to know what is happening on their end. Then una introduce maneno ya siasa. So maybe unaanza kumuuliza, is Trump, are you for Trump or Biden, and so forth. You are trying to get in touch because kuna siasa inaendelea huko and so forth. So it is something again that is going to work against you. It is going to work against you. Some clients will post a job and they are accusing an Indian for not doing a good job. Yeah. And there's something that should turn you off is why is this person specifically mentioning an Indian? Why can this person mention the personality independent before, or they don't combine and say it is an Indian? Kwa nini asiseme a freelancer here was not able to deliver my work and so forth? So then you start supporting the client by saying, yeah, I've tried working with Indians and they are not good people. It is also going to work against you. Yeah, I think that is what I wanted to discuss. I think I can discuss more based on your questions. Yeah. Leo watu si wengi kama last time. Patrick, I will stop there.
Yes, Meshack, thank you. Thank you so much for that. We are opening the floor for questions. Anybody with any question, please field it right now. Any question?
Hello, it's Rehan again.
Yes.
Okay, Ryan.
So Meshack, so as I told you, I'm new to this platform. So what advice can you give me? Like how should I, like, I'm totally a beginner. I've done some courses on Udemy and like for programming and
Yes.
some cloud. I'm doing cloud, like I'm on the process of doing cloud. So how can I start bidding, or should I just wait until I finish my courses? But I feel I've done some projects, but so how can I go through this, like start my first bidding on maybe my first job?
Yeah. For your success in freelancing, you must be competent in areas that you are offering services in. So if you want to do programming, you must be competent in what you are doing, and you must be very specific on the languages that you can do that project on. And then another thing is to build your profile. You can do projects and then include those projects in your profile. Yeah, make sure you include those projects in your profile. Now, if you think that you're not so competent in your skills, I usually advise that you take a break. Don't rush, utafute pesa sana. When you realize that when you are not so skilled, you will struggle in these platforms. You'll always struggle if you are not so skilled in what you are doing. So, so what you do, you can take a break and focus on a skill. Uijenge kwanza your skill, then urudi sasa. Weke ma projects hapo and so forth. Then, in fact, it will be very easy when you are applying for jobs because unajua kenye una apply. Okay, unaelewa how it is done and so forth. So for you, if you are said you are very new on the platform, don't just work alone. You can get a mentor. I'm very sure we are so many outside here. We worked on that platform. You can always have a mentor there who will be guiding you in 1, 2, 3. What I have learned is that when it comes to freelancing, somebody doing IT stuffs can also be mentored by somebody doing other technical stuffs. Yeah, except for when you need some assistance to do maybe a project and so forth, hapo ndio utakosa mtu wa kuguide. But on these platforms, if you need assistance on how to succeed in a platform and so forth, you'll always get a mentor. Yeah, you'll always get a mentor. So Luyai, you can try get a mentor. We are so many outside here. Try get a mentor, somebody who's worked in these platforms, who's been doing a freelancing. Yeah, to guide you on many things. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Meshack.
Yeah, welcome.
Yes, any other question? Anybody with a question? Awesome. We are actually 1 minute past our end time, so we are grateful, very, very grateful for your attendance. Thank you everybody for attending today's session, and thank you Meshack for such an in-depth explanation, teaching on how we can now go forth and write those proposals and start getting jobs. So the trick here is, after this session, go back. You can re-listen to this session, which will be on our YouTube, and then go and implement that. Implement it and then expect to see success. As Meshack has ably put it, it takes time, it takes patience, it takes kujituma, self-drive, and it also takes your tenacity. So let us go out there, try and look for those freelancing jobs, and then we will come out even in our next session and our subsequent sessions and share those success stories. So thank you everybody for coming. Thank you everybody for this session. And we hope to see you again next week. Now, there being no other business that we are to execute right now, you are free to leave the call and have yourself a blessed evening. Goodbye.
Yeah, same.
Thank you, Patrick. So I created my account last week. Tushindane sasa.
Yes.
Tuone nani atapata wa kwanza.
Game on.
That's a good challenge.
Okay, I have my account that got into problems recently. We created an agency there, and then I think one of us engaged in a problem with an Indian who that forced my account to be closed. I've done a lot of work. So although I had another account that was doing other things, but then I have moved from that. Nifanye technical. So nimecreate last week. Tuone sasa Luyai.
I accept the challenge, but it's handicap. Maybe I can say that.
Let's try.
Yes, we'll try. Thank you, Meshack.
Okay. Thank you. Somebody else mwenye anataka tujaribu ikwe challenge. We will report to Patrick.
You mean the referee,
Yes, Patrick ni referee.
Haya, mimi niko nimevaa uniform sasa na firimbi.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Okay, nice evening to you too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.